Here we have him look up, and then he looks up, looks down, and he's like, wait a minute, he's a little bitch. Klaus! Skinny, lanky boy. His head is so small.
It's so smooth.
I love the character shapes.
I love his nose. Yeah. Just like big red.
Every Christmas story is like, it's kind of the same, but it's beautiful.
I love Jasper so much.
The kids are adorable too.
Yes.
Like Lily said, like all Christmas movies have kind of similar vibe.
I mean, it's like similar to Nightmare Before Christmas, but also different from like the original.
Mm-hmm.
Fulfill them with toys!
Oh my god, you know it by heart.
I know it by heart.
Oh my god.
It's so pretty though.
Yeah, the
my
style,
God.
the animation,
The
so
colors.
wonderful.
Oh, that animation is so nice.
Looks like a stone though.
Yeah.
Don't forget to leave out some cookies.
Did he wrap up some wood?
But like the colors are so nice from scene to scene. It's just I mean, look at this. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sorry, I'm very silent because I'm really appreciating everything.
Well, I like the animation and the excitement of all the characters.
I like the bounce.
Oh no, the coal thing comes now.
Like,
I love it.
yeah, I like how they take kind of the same tropes and do some interesting variation.
Those colors are also so nice. The sunset.
Character design, dude.
I love his eye twitch.
Character animation is on point.
Yes.
It's so nice.
The wrong thing to cover, Jasper.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, I love this so much. Look, the backgrounds are just beautiful. I love that they have like the trees.
I remember the scene from Giovanni.
The hand movement is so nice.
I love the contrast.
Wait, why does it stop? Doesn't it go on? Can we watch some more?
Klaus is a 2019 original movie directed by Sergio Pablo. This is his directorial debut. His company, Sergio Pablo Animation Studios, animated this movie.
And I love the fact that it's like 2D. It's amazing.
More 2D movies,
Yeah.
please.
I remember having like a long discussion with my little brother about if it was 2D or 3D. He thought it was 3D. And I was like, no. He just wouldn't believe me.
I think especially for the backgrounds, sometimes they're CG, but they do a great job at covering them up.
Walk cycle, very nice. Actually, let's talk about this. You don't even see his face. You know exactly what he's feeling because he is stomping those feet.
The timing in the way that he walks emphasizes like his feelings.
That's very smart. They have these two families, right? And it's easy to distinguish the families because of their looks.
I love these kids because their shapes are so nice. Like this girl with the forehead.
Yeah.
I mean, here it's just the kids from one family, but in the character design you can usually clearly see which family they belong to, not just because of their colors. Because the crowns have more dark colors and the Ellingbows have like reddish tones, right?
Also, I just want to appreciate how he's skinny as hell. He has the tiniest double chin.
Oh yeah, so that's the nice thing about this expression. It's like it's not like pretty.
They use the extra lines very carefully in the face to help the expression.
Here, like with his shoulders, how extremely they move and like the overshoot that they do.
You have this pose that is held for a while, and then you go into the stretch again. It stays on the most important pose, and it's really clear. Big hat, silhouette, little frameage of the body. It's a good big, medium, small, as one would say.
Oh, his expressions are so beautiful. Even though he's kind of a bitch, he's relatable. He doesn't want to be here. I mean, it's the typical Christmas story, so his heart opens up and whatever, yada yada.
Extra blink in there.
Eyes have the purpose of conveying certainty. Here it's more of a moment of disbelief, and it's like, what did I just hear? And it's kind of like you're processing with the blinking. Sometimes blinking can make your animation seem nicer. You don't just stare deadly into somebody's eyes, but you can also blink too much. You might put an unnecessary blink and you could just get rid of it. It would probably convey a better emotion.
Like if it's with every single movement.
Yeah, if it's like, oh my god, so I went the other day and
He's such an expressive character. Like also the double take here. He listens to them, keeps walking, looks forward and then looks back again. It's so subtle.
also everything is so smooth.
He's so hard to draw too.
Like when Giovanni Braggio was at our school, he showed the character sheets of the characters and like how you shouldn't draw them and how you should draw them. I couldn't tell the difference sometimes.
He showed us some like rough animation that he did on it and he was like, oh my god, look at this. It's so not on model. I'm like, meanwhile, when we don't draw on model, it's Mr. Basic.
We had the lovely opportunity to talk with Giovanni Braggio during our 2D course. And he was super nice, super helpful with the feedback. He showed us his rough animations. I was like, it's a fully drawn character. And I was very intimidated.
So a character sheet is like blueprints for how to draw the character. You have a character turnaround, which shows you how the character turns in three-dimensional space. You have a construction sheet, which shows you Jesper, for example. You would draw this not just straight, so it's more like a blueprint.
Then he falls. That must... I'm sorry. There needs to be like a... wasted. His neck is broken here, but...
The staging, like everything just leads.
It's hilarious.
Yes.
Like he's such a mood.
But also the characteristics of the houses. This one is blue. Here we have more of a greenish tone. Here it's purpley almost. There's a lot of blues, but it's never like the same blue. With a color script, if you put all of the frames one after the other, you can see every scene has its own color, and sometimes a sequence has also an overarching color.
Here you see the different character designs.
One thing that is like really important in character design is the shape language. All of the characters have like really exaggerated shapes. Big like shape, and then this hat on top is like a big shape. What also makes a character design interesting is when there's like a lot of different like sizes of shapes. For example, big body but a tiny head. That makes it very appealing. Also like contrast between round shapes and spiky shapes. Her hair that's like very round, but then also her bangs that are like so spiky.
This is the carriage that is probably 3D,
Yeah,
but it doesn't feel off at all.
Yeah, that's the good thing about it. Like, it doesn't feel CGI.
Contrast in movement. He's... Whoop. Sing sketch, don't die on me, please. Oh no, he's just frozen!
Yes.
Animation is something so dynamic. When something freezes, you notice.
His face, like here, moves in this arc, but then it suddenly, like,
whoop! His body is still trying to go forward, but his head is already realizing, oh, wait, no. Every time he moves his head, he first moves his eyes. He's found something, and that's why he follows it with his body. His torso follows his head, but his feet are just doing...
Oh, this is nice with the light.
The
This is a huge fucking present.
Also frame in frame. This would be like another frame because this is all negative space on the side here.
Then you have like even a second frame.
Yeah.
That's like just framing his face.
I like how the light here really shines through his ears. Subsurface scattering, I guess. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
But my ears are a bit translucent.
Like even in the from where it goes to light to shadow, they have a orange going over to the more purplish dark shadow.
That's a big part of what makes it look so 3D.
It's not too much. It still feels like it's part of the art style.
This kind of style shares some similarities with Pixar and Disney. Their style is becoming gradually more and more detailed in terms of like the details and the textures, but they're still very stylized characters. It makes those characters a lot more believable, and they look like they could be walking past you.
I mean, it's a very typical thing. Hiding eyebrows generally also hides the true expression. I could stay like this, but as soon as I have something that covers half of my eyes, I look way more devious.
Oh, he looks traumatized.
The rim lighting is really nice.
The lighting in general is incredible.
Yeah, with like the 3D, like looking 2D, it's so nice.
They worked with the French studio, the Film de Poisson Rouge, to develop this. They had a software in combination with Toon Boom where they could paint with light, is how they put it. But it allowed them to have different layers where they could input those light sources.
I also really like 3D animation, but there's just this charm about 2D animation. It's just amazing that they found a way to merge like the looks of both of them.
Colors, again. It's like a green wood, but with pinkish highlights. And I'm sure that if you go to eye drop them, they're completely not that color, but it's really, really nice. Here we have him look up, and then he looks up, looks down, and he's like, wait a minute, he's a little bitch.
It looks like a bouncing ball. You see this stretch, and then he goes back gradually.
It also fits his character design, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's the secret that nobody tells you. Everything animation is just bouncing balls. There's the stretch, and then it goes boink. Boop. Even his face is like squished.
Yes.
Stretch.
Yes.
But you also feel the weight. Like the weight is what's pulling him down.
Yeah, here's some twos.
No, it's wait, that's actually 3. 3, 1, 2, 1, 2.
And when it goes down, it's on ones. Normal action, you would do it on twos because it's so much work if you have to do one drawing for every frame because it's 24 frames. To economize on time, you would do it every 2 frames. If it's a fast action, then you would do it on ones. Some animators still think that doing it on ones is always the best way. Like Richard Williams, he did the Animator Survival Kit, not sponsored. It might look better on ones, but consider the budget and the time that you have.
This light is super strong and beautiful. It's so pretty. But it's funny because your attention is usually just here, even though this is super hella bright.
That the staging is just so nice.
Like in all of the shots.
Layout artists.
Here's a triangle of him, and the rest is just, negative space.
I love this frame. This looks really cool. It's like a spotlight on the one kid.
This view from the top makes this situation very clear.
Super nice usage of kids. Here it's round before. Here it's also kind of a circle.
Every shot, characters are staged so well. If you filled in these shapes with black, you would still understand, okay, there's a kid.
Why does he remind me of a chicken? The way he moves here is like with the neck.
And also like the framing enhances this area of the picture. It grabs your attention, and this light here really makes you look at him.
That's why he looks like a chicken. His eyes are like they have like highlights on it. They're very bulging out.
That's so lovely. Again, composition, negative space, character, and then here again, it's very green, and then you have the reds.
Complementary colors are always a win.
Also, again, kind of bouncy ball, like whee.
It's a very fun, like boink.
But his poses are so expressive. Because he's so gangly, you can get very nice silhouettes.
I really like the way they drew his feet just like this.
Yes.
It's so nice.
Also, I appreciate how this, had it been in 3D, it would have been like a broken rig. Legs here and the butt is up there. Although the main movement is focused here, his body is influenced by how he's moving, and that it's so pretty.
I love it when they do trees like this, but they have these beautiful shapes.
It's very similar to backgrounds during the 1950s at Disney. The name of the guy, I think Earl was his first name, but he did very stylized backgrounds, very detailed backgrounds with very broken shapes.
I like how much time they give this shot too.
Really, after like all of this montage, it's like nice to like have this calm down.
Yeah.
I love how salty he is. He's so mad.
His expressions, it's not only the face. He's talking with his hands a lot, and I think that's very nice. And also in a scene where it's like darker and you kind of still see his silhouette a bit, it helps a lot.
Jasper has the most expressive hand I have ever seen. It's so nice. I love his hands.
3 frames.
Hands are another way to like show so much of the character.
Like they must have had at least some reference for this movement, because having at least where you place your hands, that is usually very helpful to have in a reference video. The thing is, you can take reference for the general movement, but you don't have to copy it one for one. And if they didn't use reference, they are incredibly good.
Just wizards.
Drawing hands is hard, so animating hands, oh god. I can't imagine like how much brain power you would need to do like the arcs for all of the fingers and stuff.
Yeah, it's just a few clear movements.
It's
he does this first and then something like this.
When he's doing the thing with his arm, his shoulders, he's still in this position, and here it doesn't move a lot, but here then he does like a lot of stuff.
This time, although his hat is down here, you can still see his eyebrows, and he's very angry. And had they covered the eyebrows, it would have looked like he's much more planning something.
Yeah.
Any closing words for this?
Watch this fucking movie, please! It's so good!
Yeah.
Everybody who hasn't watched Klaus, please go watch it. It's literally the best animated movie ever.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.